Coach, can you give me your thoughts on Ohio? They've won 9 in a row. They're 18-12 this season.
Yeah, they have a nice balance between power and speed. Something a little different than what we've seen in our previous MAC opponents. Just that true of balance. And then obviously their pitching is still good, even with Dorsey leaving, and we knew that. We've actually probably always struggled off of Stein a little bit more than Dorsey, so we're just going to have to figure her out and figure out how to be productive when we finally do get the runners on base.
So speaking of the pitching, second straight week you have faced a MAC pitcher of the week in Stein as well. Does your approach change from Power last week?
I mean, they're completely different pitchers, so I think our approach will be different according to that. We're lucky enough that we've got some game footage, so we can kind of break some of that stuff down and just kind of do it that way. But, bottom line, our hitters are pretty confident right now. It doesn't matter who's in that circle. We're going to approach our bats fairly similar to our strengths first and hopefully be able to capitalize on her mistakes.
Speaking of the batting order, MAC Player of the Week, Jenny Van Geertry, she won that award, batting .750 with 2 home runs and a 7 RBI. What do you see from her, and what are you going to see from the rest of the batters this week?
Yeah, Jenny's just been pretty consistent all season, so hopefully she can continue that on. I mean, in all reality, is she going to hit .750 every week? Obviously not, so, we would love for that to happen. But if she just continues to do what she does and put the ball in play, I think we'll be all right. She's just doing a really good job in that leadoff spot of getting on base however she can, and then we're pretty fortunate that the rest of our lineup has kind of been moving along from top to bottom, honestly. So again, we're just gonna have to stay patient with her. She misses, and we just got to make sure that we definitely capitalize on those misses.
Sam Schmidt and Lainey Woolard have had 2 really consistent weeks. They've been pretty consistent over the season as well, right?
Yeah, they definitely have. Sam in particular, she's been right kind of neck and neck with Jenny. I think kind of overshadowed a little bit, but is putting together a really great season for her. And then Wu was just kind of for 4 years been, she gets hot and she goes, and then she cools off a little bit and then gets hot again. But she works hard and will continue to do that, and just does a really nice job for us in an energy standpoint, in a leadership standpoint, and just in a work ethic standpoint. But Sam and Jenny by far are having just 2 lights out seasons for sure.
Now, switching gears to the circle, Tara, Thacker, Alex Friends, and Mackenzie, Brian have really settled into their spots on the mound. Would you agree?
I definitely would. Actually, I had a little conversation with Alex about it yesterday, just kind of talking about how 3 of them are so different in their approaches and what they do and how they kind of work well together, because they are different approaches for the batters that they have to adjust to. So the more we can continue to use those three along with Keegan, if Emma can get in there, the better we're going to be, because it definitely keeps their hitters off balance. I definitely think they've settled into the role of just getting through whatever innings they can and working together to figure out how to get us to win.
Now, there's a couple differences between Mackenzie, Alex, and Tara. Mackenzie being the speed pitcher, Alex and Tara being more of a movement pitcher that I've kind of noticed. Does that help you? Does that help you in kind of with situational pitching as well?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's hard to ever know what the perfect matchup against an opponent's going to be. So we try to do that, but we really try to match them according to who works best off of the other pitcher. It doesn't make sense to put a couple of them right next to each other because they're pretty similar. So we try to break that up in our pitching styles and what we do. But yeah, I would imagine, I caught them yesterday, and then just moving from pitcher to pitcher, it's tough just to catch them. So let alone trying to actually hit it and be productive with the hitting. It's nice for our hitters to get that opportunity in practice to practice 5 completely different pitching styles. But for them to have the success they're starting to have, it's nice to see that. I feel like they've definitely settled into that.
Defensively, what have you noticed these last couple weeks from practice and also from games that you have liked or kind of like disliked?
I think our consistency is much better. We're having a lot fewer errors within the game. I think the difference between now versus earlier in the season is we're making the extra play to get us off the field. So we're making the diving catches in foul territory. We're getting the double play when we need it. we're throwing a run around at home. We're just kind of doing the little bit of extra that prior in the year we were allowing multiple runs to score because we weren't getting it done.
With that being said, do you see your team as being more aggressive during that time?
I think they're just more confident. So with confidence comes a little bit more aggression. We're obviously getting comfortable with our field now that we've been out for quite a while. So that has helped, going from inside and turf to outside in preseason play on fields. I think definitely played a role in that. So I think just the consistency of getting ground balls on dirt and grass has been huge for them. That they work hard, and it's starting to pay off for them. So it's been nice to see kind of two different seasons come together.